Welcome. We are going to be starting the next unit, which is getting into the unit circle. And fill in the notes as you need them. We're going to have some practice. You're going to see degree measures coming back, the x-axis and the y-axis. But first, when we talk about an angle up here, all right, we talk about three specific things. So one, and you're gonna see me a lot draw it this way. This is called the initial side. This is where I'm gonna start my angle. Where it ends, so this is this. Let me go back. This is the start of the angle. Excuse me, this is the end of the angle. This is called the terminal side, where it ends. And the specific point where they connect together, this is called the vertex. So you are actually going to be drawing some angles, some positive and some negative. We call standard position when an angle, when the vertex of an angle is at the origin. So you're going to see the x-axis, y-axis pop up here. So this is going to be an important thing. And the initial side will always be on the positive x-axis. So that's why when I drew it up here, it started off going, at a point like the origin and went to the right because it's the positive x-axis. All right, so when you see something like this, we are going to have both positive and negative angles. We are always going to start here. So if I'm looking at this, and if this is my start, I do actually have a 0 degrees. Now, when I rotate, I'm going to start here and go up to the y-axis. That measurement is 90 degrees. If I were to start again and keep going this time, and I get here to the straight across from it, this is 180. And again, we get the idea. We're going to keep going until we get 270. And then as this keeps going around and around, yes, we do end up getting to a circle. But we don't have to just stop at 360. We can keep going around once, 360. And we can't actually stop anywhere in between, but these are just very specifics. We can keep going and say this is 450 degrees. So angles, when we make them, don't have to just be the small things less than 180 degrees. They can be positive. And then over here on the right, I'm going to draw the negative measurement. So if you start again here at 0, we're starting on this positive side. We're going to go reverse. A negative for an angle is just a directional move. Positive, we go like this. This is a positive angle. And negative is just going the opposite way. So this is negative 90. We're going to keep going. You get the idea. Negative 180. Negative 270. Negative 360, and it keeps going on and on and on. If we wanted to do more, right, it keeps going on. All right, so positive angles rotate starting from here. They rotate this way, so that's counterclockwise. Negative angles, again, start on the positive x-axis and go this way, which is actually clockwise. Okay, so you're going to practice drawing some angles. Now, they are not going to be always landing on the x-axis or y-axis. And initially, when you start doing these, it might just help to have some numbers in here. All right, if I'm drawing a 150-degree angle, we're not getting protractors. I'm literally doing my starting side. I'm going to approximately where 150 degrees is at. And as long as you're in the right quadrant, I'm not going to worry about it. And so this would be 150. What I'm specifically looking for when you draw it, though, is that you have the arrow to the right, the curve on which way you're going, and then the finishing arrow. An angle is made up of two rays, which means they connect at a point. One goes off in one direction with an arrow, a second arrow, and then I know which way the angle is rotating. Okay, so if you're feeling comfortable with that, go ahead and fill these other ones out. The quadrants, as a reminder, the quadrants start in the positive, and they go around in a C. So 2, 3, and 4. So it means like this. That's what I meant by C. So positive, then it goes left and down and then right. All right, so 295. If you haven't, go ahead and pause this and draw it. We'll start here, go past 270, about there. And so this is my 295. 400. Go ahead and draw it if you haven't. My starting side. I'm going to go to 360, make a full circle, and then keep going just a little bit more, so about 40 more degrees. And so this is going to be 400. Now, when I'm asking for the quadrant, I am asking this terminal side. Since we're always starting on the x-axis, where's it finishing? Where's that terminal side landing? So this would be in quadrant 2. This would be right here in quadrant 4. This would be right here in quadrant 1. So go ahead and do these with negative degree angles. I'm just going to throw them up here. Go ahead and pause. Okay, so negative 130, negative 100, same spot. Negative 360. Oh, I need to start it, goodness. Arrow, and like that. Terminal side ends in quadrant 4. All right, 210-degree angle. Starting 180, 210. Ending, ends there. All right, negative 150. Ends there. What do you notice? What do you notice when you're comparing these two angles? So the 210-degree angle and the negative 150-degree angle. In comparison to each other, they look like they both have the terminal side. In quadrant 1, 2, 3. And they look like they land, or the terminal side, they are at the same spot. Meaning that terminal side, well, they start and finish at the same spot. And they actually do. right, so on to the next page. Angles that have the same initial side, which all of ours will, but the terminal side is the same, are called coterminal angles. Coterminal angles are separated, are positive 360 or negative 360 degrees different from each other. So for example, if I give you a 10-degree angle, if we were to draw it, 370 degrees would also be the same beginning and end. I know 360 goes a full circle and a little bit more, but these two angles would be coterminal because they start and end both in the same spots. Another one that's going to come up is going to be a reference angle, and it's a positive small angle between the ending and the x-axis. X-axis always. Sorry. Okay, so when you're asked for a reference angle, we always want to go to the x-axis. So I want to know where the angle is first. The x-axis is right here. I want to know how many degrees, positive degrees, it is from here to here. Okay, so this is 180. This is 190. So between the two, the reference angle is 10 degrees. From the x-axis to where that angle finishes, that's the reference angle. So negative 120, draw it. All right, always want to go to the x-axis. We want how that angle finishes. I want to know how much it is to the x-axis. So this is negative 180. This is negative 120. Even negative angles, the reference angle is a positive number. So you're looking for how many degrees this is, and that's going to be 60. I know you would rotate in a negative, but it is always a positive. And then, sorry, again, 480, go ahead and draw it if you have it. 360, 450, 480. Okay, if it helps, you're like 180, 360, 450. Yes, this is 480. I do not want to go to the y-axis. Do not go to that 450. No. Go to the x-axis only. Figure out how much it is. It's going to get you from here down to here. Okay. So what's 3? This is 540. Okay, so you're looking at a 60-degree angle there. All right, a little bit of review here. Complements are 2 positive angles that add to equal 90 degrees. Supplements are 2 positive angles that add to 180 degrees. All right, so when you're doing these, I always give you an angle. So the complement to that means 75 plus what equals 90. So that would be 15 plus these two together would make 90. Want these two together to make 180, so this would be 105. Complement for 123. There is none because it's already over 180. No, sorry, over 90. Supplement means 180, so 123 plus what is going to be 180? That's 57 degrees. Complement on 24 is 66. And then 156. All right, so rest of this is, oh, no, I haven't done that yet. Yep. Okay. So go ahead, if you haven't done so, draw some angles. Do not just do this, please. Make sure you have the beginning and the end. Yes, you are tracing the x-axis, but it is important to know where we start. Oof. There we go. 145, this is just knowing where these angle numbers are. So 145 would put you here in quadrant 2. Negative 95 would put you in 3. 10 degrees would be in 1. Let's see. 475. Go ahead and pause it if you want to. 210. And 2. All right, so the only thing we didn't touch on that I didn't do like a few examples as far was this idea of coterminal. So this means if you have a 60-degree angle, I want another circle that begins and ends at the same spot, meaning it's a full circle different, meaning it goes around once and then ends there. So that's 260 plus 360, which would give you a 420-degree angle, would be the same, would be coterminal to the 60. And then if I reverse it, if I started to do a negative 300-degree angle, that's also going to be coterminal. So coterminal, there's an infinite amount. All right, so for 400, if I go a full circle around from 400, I am going to get to 760. If I start at 400 and back this up, I end up with a 40-degree angle. So that is still a positive. But I'm looking for one positive, one negative angle. So I do another subtraction of 360. Okay, so this one's at 200. And then we got a negative one would be 520. All right. Finding the reference angle again, every time it means go to the x-axis. How far is it to the x-axis? All right, so that means figure out how far it is. Positive number, don't worry if the angle is positive or negative. If this is 230, this is negative 180. How far is it in between? That just means 50. All right, 640. So let's see. Oops. All right. This is 10 degrees here, but I don't want that part. I want to know how much this is. So the x-axis, so that's going to be 80 degrees. Reference angle for that, none, because it's already over 90, and then 30 degrees. All right, that is going to be the beginning of, we haven't gotten to it yet, but the unit circle. Just drawing angles, having angles drawn in the XY axis. Homework's there. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope you have a great day. Bye.